Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. It's been a long time since I last made a video. I think for 2 weeks I didn't make any videos at all, and that was mainly because I was just getting really busy with a lot of other projects I was working on. You guys already might know that my other channel, Will the Reaper, is a daily upload channel, so as a result I'm definitely just pumping out content as much as I can. But in this particular circumstance, I'm also uploading twice a week on Ragdoll as well. So because of that, it has started to become a little overwhelming. As a result, I kind of took a 2-week break, which means I didn't make 4 videos in total. And that really did help out a lot to get me back on schedule. I was already working on some other projects as well, outside of the 2 channels, and I was also going to start a bunch of other projects too. So because of that, I was kind of getting really disorganized, and everything was just difficult to manage, to be honest. So because of that, I just had to take myself a bit of time off, and that way I could actually try to reorganize my schedule and see if I could fit things in. So with that being said, I'm now back again, and mind you, even taking a break from making just one video is a huge deal. It really does take off a huge load of work, but to not do any videos for 2 weeks, meaning 4 videos, it was definitely more than enough time to allow me to get myself back on schedule again. So hopefully I could continue uploading twice again on this channel, and that would be fantastic. But with that being said, we do have here a new deck profile. This is going to be for Tyranitar. Now this particular card is a very interesting card. It is obviously a stage 2 Pokemon, so it is definitely very different from the typical decks you see out there with Vs and GXs. But in this case, it was from Darkness Ablaze that this particular card came out, and I just saw no one playing it, and it makes sense. It's not necessarily the best. It is a stage 2 deck after all, but even so, to deal 250 damage, that's pretty impressive. So I figure I might as well just give a crack at how this deck could actually go, and it would be quite amazing here. Mind you, 2 of these here are colorless energies, so you just attach a twin energy and it makes it all the more easy to actually pull this off. So with that being said, let's just begin. But before I do, I would like to remind you guys to consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing as well if you enjoyed this kind of content. And of course, don't forget to hit the bell notification as well. It really does help. But with that being said, let's begin. Now you guys might be a bit surprised to see this particular ratio here for the Tyranitar line. I'm playing 3 each of the stage 2 and stage 1, but I'm only playing 2 copies of Larvitar here, which is the basic Pokemon. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have cards that can actually just return back Larvitar to the deck again. And because of that, I figured this would be a really nice ratio to go with here. Of course, that's up to you on how you want to adjust the ratios. You could bump down the Pupitar to 2 copies and up the Larvitar to 3 copies. That might be a better option there. But this is just what I'm going for, because the reason why is Pupitar is a really good card that can just essentially evolve directly into Tyranitar, which makes it so amazing. So because of that, I figured playing 3 of this is definitely a lot better in this particular circumstance. Next up, I'm playing over here the Galarian Wheezing engine. I kind of like this engine because of the fact that it could stop abilities, so it's definitely fantastic. Of course, this card has to be in the active zone, but even so, it really does detriment your opponent in being able to do things out there. So because of that, to play the Galarian Wheezings is definitely something I like to go into quite a bit here. Not to mention, the ability of Severe Poison is also not too bad of an attack, so I do like that. Finally, we have here the 2 supporting Pokemon, Crobat V and Eldegoss V. I think they're the 2 best Pokemon you could potentially go for in terms of supporting Pokemon. Given that Dedenne GX is going to be rotating out, Eldegoss V does make for a good alternative. Alright, so for a bit of searchability in this particular deck, we're definitely going to be playing here 4 copies of Quick Ball, 2 copies of Level Ball, and 2 copies of Evolution Incense. Quick Balls kind of makes sense, you want to just add your basic Pokemon as quickly as possible. Evolution Incense, we're playing plenty of Evolution Pokemon in this deck anyway. But as for Level Ball, I only chose to play 2 because of the fact that we don't really have too many basics in the deck, or any Pokemon that's under 90 HP. We only have, I think, 6 targets. So because of that, I'm keeping it at a very minimal amount with the Level Ball here. On with a bit more manipulation of the board, we have 4 switches, mainly just to switch out the Tyranitar into the Weezing. Weezing, we have a different way of retreating. Rare Candy to go into our Tyranitar, of course, and Ordinary Rod to recycle our cards. Definitely fantastic. And just as a means of disrupting the opponent, I wanted to play the Fan of Waves, just because there's so many Rapid Strike decks out there, so to, I guess, take away their Rapid Strike energies, or their Single Strike energies even, is definitely fantastic. Don't forget there's cards like Twin Energy out there, and Capture Energy that still exists. Alright, so onto supporters, we're playing here 2 copies of Piers because we are playing some Dark Pokemon, and that means we could also add our energy really quickly, at least the ones we need, in this case the Twin Energy. We have 2 Bruno because this deck, you're gonna have a lot of Pokemon being knocked out. I mean, you're playing single prizer Pokemon, so they're definitely really weak, and they could be knocked out quite easily, so Bruno is there to help you out. Boss's Orders, again, more ways to just get your opponent's specific Pokemon out on the board so that you could actually knock theirs out. Next up, I'm playing here 2 copies of Marnie and 4 copies of Research. This is definitely a ratio I really like, enough disruption and enough to get into your cards that you actually really need here. All really amazing, so because of that, this is the ratio I'm going with. Now as for energy, I'm sure you guys already saw this coming. I already specifically mentioned the Twin Energy would be played because of Tyranitar, so 3 copies of that to match the 3 Tyranitar in our deck. But I'm also playing here the 3 copies of Hiding Energy. Hiding Dark Energy is absolutely amazing to attach to the Weezing. Not only does it supply a Dark Energy to allow Weezing to perform its attack, but it also allows your Weezing to retreat for free, so definitely fantastic. So when you actually need to go into your Tyranitar, you simply switch out of the Weezing without any kind of cards whatsoever aside from the Hiding Energy, and yeah, you just go for your attack with the Tyranitar, and you pretty much will use your switches to switch the Tyranitar back into the Galarian Weezing again. Finally, we're of course playing here the 5 copies of Fighting Energy. The basic Fighting Energy is just needed for your Tyranitars. 5 is enough because we could easily return them back into the deck again with the Ordinary Rod. So that definitely sums it up, and it's really great to have this particular number of cards in the deck. So that was pretty much it for today's deck profile, so I do hope you guys enjoyed this particular one. Definitely let me know how it works out for you. What would you do to actually adjust this deck in your particular style? But do you even play cards like this? You know, I always feel that it's great to put yourself outside of the box by trying out some cards that are a bit more unconventional, cards that aren't typically played in decks out there. But in this case, you might be giving it a go. So yeah, let me know all that. But with that being said, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you're all looking forward to the videos that are coming out in the future. But with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you all next time.